Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Erika Mimbere. If you are new here, please click on the subscribe button, turn on your post notification bell, like my video and share, leave your comments. I discovered that my old subscribers, most of them don't like my videos. Most of them don't leave comments. But if you are new, don't follow them, okay? Be a good boy, be a good girl, and like the video now. As I'm talking, like the video now. If you're a returning subscriber, I have been doing all the things that I say you should do so that I'll be encouraged and grow on this platform. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. Okay? If you have not been doing it, please repent. Do it now. Click on the like button. Share this with somebody. And leave comments. That's how I'm going to grow here. That's the only way I'm going to grow here. People should not give me BP. People should not make me go and think about my life. I'm not going to start asking myself questions. Why did you start this YouTube channel? You're not growing. People should not allow me to do all these things. Don't lead me to depression. Okay? So today I'll be talking about how I lost 10 kg, 22 pounds. I nearly did not want to make this video at this time. I wanted something so remarkable, something so gym, something so large, you know. Before you come on YouTube, you guys get to the 60 pounds, 30 kg, 20 kg, 40 pounds, thereabouts. You have to be large. But I was like, just do this. It will keep you, or it will make you accountable, because I'm struggling. So I need some form of accountability. I need to be accountable to people. So I decided that let me come and share this. And also I discovered that the pattern of fasting that I used is something that most Nigerians don't talk about. And if that, like, they don't talk about it, that's if they do it, they hardly talk about it. So I decided that let me come here and talk about my experience doing what I did to lose the amount of weight that I have lost. So a little background story. If you have watched my plus size video, please, if you have not watched, go and watch it now. If you watch my plus size video, you would sense from that video that I am really sensitive when it has to do with my body. Like, I'm the only one that can curse my body. The moment that curse comes from somebody else, it's something else. It's something I can't take. It's something that becomes a problem. But I'm the only one that yabs myself and talks about how my fat is. So I'm really sensitive when it comes to my body. So losing weight, from the time I started losing weight consciously, have been like a part of my life. From secondary school, I started becoming conscious of my body, because in primary school, you don't have anybody you're looking good for. Nobody is doing body competition with you. But when I got into secondary school, irrespective or despite the fact that the school that I went to was not all those kind of school that you're supposed to be doing all these kind of things, I became body conscious because I was growing, puberty has struck, baby girl have started recognizing the man they room, and people started, like girls started receiving presents from guys, and I was just there and asking myself, could it be this fat? So I actually became conscious of myself when I got into secondary school, into high school. So from that time, I would say I started looking at watching my weight, but I did not do it consciously. Like, I did not really know what I was weighing at the time to say, okay, this is what I've lost, or this is what I'm gaining. But from university, I could say that anybody that knew me then knew I was in the group of people that always wanted to go to the gym, or always went to the gym, always looked at what they were eating, stuff like that. I was that person in the university. And my friends were also those kind of people, because I took myself amongst people that we share the same ideologies. We have the same goals and the same aspirations. And our aspiration and goals as of that time was to lose weight. And throughout university, I was trying to lose weight. Throughout my uni, I was trying to lose weight. So the lowest weight I had gotten to, like in my adulthood, was 82. Sometimes, even when I was that 82, people thought I was 70 something, because body-wise, I had lost a lot of fats. But I am that body type that we eat. No, we don't eat. We breathe, and we are heavy on the scale. You don't need to take water. The moment you do fats is talking on the scale, and it is very hard for me to lose fat. Very easy to gain and very hard for me to lose fat. And another thing, I loved sugar. I was addicted to sugar. I'm not as addicted as I was. Thinking back to when I was in primary school, I'll be going for holiday lessons, and I have like a pack of sweets, more than 20 candy under my table. Teacher is teaching, my mouth is moving. I have meat pie to chop after that. I was addicted to food. I had a very bad relationship with food or with eating. And maybe it was because of how I felt, or maybe because food was the only thing that made me happy. Maybe that was why, but I was addicted to eating junk. I was not addicted to eating normal, regular food. I was addicted to eating junk. So, hence the fat. When I was done with my uni and I started law school in Abuja, I was going out to work out though, but it was not serious. When I got to the second part of my law school at Enugu, I did not actually realize that all the things I was doing at the time had made me to start losing weight or losing fat, until I got home and people were like, oh my goodness, you've lost so much weight. Oh my God, how? That was when I now started tracing back the things that I was doing, so that maybe I'll continue doing them to keep my size at where my size was at the time. And that was when I lost weight to that 82 that I was talking about. I lost weight to that 82. And what was I doing? I was coming out in the morning to do my morning runs, morning jogs, morning walks. At evenings, I'll go to the gym, I'll lift weights, I'll come out and stuff like that. That time, I think I was doing a bit of intermittent fasting, but because I did not know what intermittent fasting was at the time, I could not have just jumped at, oh my goodness, I was doing intermittent fasting. But I knew that I did not eat, or I would not eat until break time, and break time was usually after 12 and stuff like that. And I would eat my last meal maybe 6 p.m, 7 p.m. I wasn't eating so late into the night when I was in law school. So I lost weight at the time. I added some part of that weight back, but I was managing my weights from that time until when I got to 90, because 82 refused to be 82. I don't know how I got back to 90, but I shall go back to 90. I was 90 kg when I got married. I took in almost immediately I got married. I added and got to 103. From the time that I started climbing on the scale in pregnancy, when I started antenatal, I was 103 kilos. And throughout my pregnancy to the 9th month for my first baby, I was 103 kilos. I can't say how that was, like how I maintained it, but I discovered when I got pregnant for my second child that when I was pregnant, I hardly put on fat, like body fat. I lost weight, or let me not say lost weight, because on the scale I was still the same, but as per body, I had lost fat on my body. So in both my pregnancies, I was looking slimmer than what I was weighing, and I was partially kind of like looking slimmer than when I got married. But for my first baby, because I was slimmer before I got pregnant, it was easy to see the changes. But with my second child, it was not so easy to see the changes, but I was slimmer, like as per, I don't know what you shall understand, I was a bit slimmer in my pregnancies. But I discovered that once I give birth, it's now that breastfeeding time that is as if I have blown beyond proportion. For my first child, it was not obvious because I took in almost immediately. I took in when my son was 6 months, I think. Yes, my son was 6 months when I took in for my second child. And this one, I weighed up to 105 kilos in the pregnancy. After I gave birth, I came down to, I think, 102 kilos. In fact, I was very slim immediately after I gave birth. But for my second child, I did exclusive breastfeeding. Oh man, this video is becoming long, and that is not my wish, but just take me as I am now, please. For my second child, I did exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. So some people advised me, don't look at anybody. Your body needs to produce milk. Some people told me, don't, because of in the name of exclusive breastfeeding, baby friendly, go and chop the one way no good. See your tummy, it's not aligning. Plenty gist, sha. So I think when my child became 6 months, I started trying actively to lose weight because I had now added up to like 105 again, and that was what I was weighing when I was pregnant. So it felt weird to me. I did not like what I was going through at the moment. I did not like the whole fat thing. Like, I don't know, it just makes me feel bad or makes me feel somehow whenever I consider fat and stuff like that, because like I said, if you've watched my plus size video, you know it comes from within. Like, it traumatizes me that I can't like lose weight when I want to lose weight because of the trauma of the whole being big and all that. So I was not in a good place at all when it had to do with my size. I was feeling sad all the time. I would wonder why I was even eating in the first place. Like, why are you eating? You're fat, you're still eating. Must you eat? Why can't your mouth be short? I don't understand. There are people that don't eat. My husband does not eat as much as I do. Like, I'll be beating myself up. And so I started walking. I started going out for jogs when I could. It was no longer as feasible as it was when I was single or when I had just one baby. Now I had 2 children that I have to consider in the morning if I want to say I'm going out, that I have to also consider in the night if I say I want to leave the house. Who will I leave my children with? I don't have help and stuff like that. So it was weighing me down. In fact, I was depressed about it. But I got a rude shock when we decided to stand on scale. Yes, we had just finished eating a bar and all that. It was a family thing. My brother-in-law, his wife, their help, and me. And I stood on the scale. Yes, I was putting on jean skirts. It was not that heavy, yeah, but I just finished eating gari. Yes, but I stood on the scale and I saw 110. That is the highest I have ever been in all my life. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed of myself. I was sad. I was bitter. Like, how did I get to that point? How did I get to 110 kg? Like, how? So I told myself that day, my dear, this has to stop. It has to end. This has to be the last of this. I got home the next morning and I stood on the scale. I discovered that the Gary don't digest. So I was 107. That was when I decided to actively start losing weight again. I tried 16-8. Is a pattern of intermittent fasting where you fast for 16 hours and you eat within an 8-hour window. It was not actually working for me because, like I said, my body is not regular. And there are plenty of us that are like this. So we try to explain to people, but they don't seem to understand. I discovered that I have to treat my body from time to time before it's like my metabolism picks up and I start losing weight actively. Like, if I fast for too long, like if I fast for a very long period of time, I'm not eating, I'm starving, it won't work. Sometimes it's even the period that I feel like I've overeaten. Let me see, like now today I chop, tomorrow I chop. I go climb the scale, I discover that I've actually lost weight, or because I'm working out and joining all these things, I've actually lost weight. So that 16-8 wasn't actually working the way I felt or I thought it was going to work. I was still also breastfeeding my child. Please don't follow me. They've advised, or I read everywhere on every fasting blog, that if you're breastfeeding, if you're pregnant, if one other thing like that, I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer that I should have disclaimed since. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even a dietitian. Even that trainer that I say I want to be, that people used to laugh at me, I've not even become that trainer. So everything I say, take it with a pinch of salt and go and ask a doctor, go and do your research, decide inside of you that is what you want to do. Okay, let me continue. So I was breastfeeding and I had somebody, a mama in my life that always told me, forget about it now that you're breastfeeding. But I was not listening to her. Sorry, mama, if she's watching this. I wasn't listening to her. I wanted to lose weight, so I did not care what anybody was saying, because I felt I'd seen people that did it and it worked for them. So why are you telling me to do otherwise? I was not ready to listen. But that 16-8 did not actually work for me the way I wanted it to work for me. I wasn't working out at that time and I needed to start working out. Yes, fitness is about what you eat more than the exercise that you're doing. But I discovered that for myself, when I start working out, I tend to start making the right choices of what I eat and when I eat. My system starts to transform and become acquainted with the fact that, okay, this girl has decided to start losing weight, so start losing weight with her, or increase metabolism or something like that. So I just told myself it was not working. I started with walking, taking a walk, taking a run. I was not consistent with it, so it did not do anything like that. I started like last year, October, November, did not do anything. But I was now serious with losing weight and working out in February. And as of February 2023, this year, I was 107.7 kilos. I don't know how many pounds that is, but that was what I was. And I decided to actively start losing weight. So I started walking. I am a part of this community or this group of ladies that take 10,000 steps every day, daily, except on Sundays, to try and lose weight and all that. Watch what you eat, start eating from 12, but I was not following that 12. I started, I was doing 16-8 as of the time that was. Sometimes I was doing 18-6. I think that's what's down. It's 18.6, 16.8, 24. At a point I was doing that 24 because I was calling it umad, but umad is eating 1 meal a day. That's like 23:1. You eat within the space of 1 hour. But I discovered that that space of 1 hour was not possible for me because I was trying to follow what I read online, that when you're trying to lose weight, weight through intermittent fasting, or you're fasting, you don't just bombard yourself with a full-blown meal. When you're breaking your fast, you break your fast gradually. So I decided to stick to 24. Within 4 hours, I eat all I have to eat. I usually start with a fruit, a smoothie, juice, or something. That's what I was doing at the time. I even joined a group where we did like a 5-day boot camp, watched what we were eating and stuff, like all this to make my body understand that, okay, it's time to start losing weight. I did not also really lose much weight on the scale as of the time. I had started working actively, and my body had started showing signs and symptoms of, okay, this guy have lost weight. Like I lost weight, like I lost fat at my back, and that one, it was my brother-in-law's wife that told me that, your back, the fat there had gone. I started losing weight at my back. I was the weight loss process had started. But I went online and I saw this lady. I'm checking my phone. Colin Maria Cares online, and she was talking about ADF, alternate day fasting. And after listening to her, I felt it resonated with me because all the things that she said were the reasons why she decided to do alternate day fasting for me was resonating with me, because I discovered with my body, like I said earlier, that sometimes not eating did not do anything for me. So eating, like filling myself up with food, not eating, filling myself up with food, not eating, was a process I felt was something that was going to work for me remarkably. So I decided to start the ADF. I started ADF during Easter. I started ADF on the 8th of April this year, 2023. It was Easter season, and in my church, during Easter, the Saturday before the Sunday when we take communion, we are asked to fast. If you can, you fast the whole day and break your fast on or at the communion table. So I decided to use that to start my ADF after listening, watching different videos about it. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this, because I discovered that most Nigerians that do intermittent fasting, or maybe possibly did alternate day fast, they don't come up to talk about it. It's hard to find a Nigerian that is doing this, talking about it, talking about what they eat and what they don't eat or stuff like that. But now in this particular video, I'm not coming to talk about what I eat or what I don't eat. If you resonate with this video, like this video, and want me to talk about what I eat in my alternate day fasting, 1 meal a day fasting, whatever, or intermittent fasting generally, I would come up and answer your questions, talk about it. So if that's what you want me to do, you can leave it in the comment section. But for this video, I'm just going to talk general how I lost it. So 8th of April, I decided to use that to start my ADF, my alternate day fasting program or routine or way of living. So that day, remarkably, I fasted for 40 hours. Like I stayed throughout that Saturday till the communion time. Funny enough, I carried bread though inside my bag that I'm going to eat the bread. I'm going to break my fasting the next day. But as God will have it, I sat down with my choir members. My bag with my bread was my children and my sisters. So it was not possible for me to now end up eating the bread. But I did not feel So I don't feel weak or anything, like to now start searching for the food and eating. I was able to stay till the communion time before I ate. And that was 40 hours. So I was like, oh my goodness. But something happened. I did not break that particular fast properly, because if you follow what I followed, like you follow the lecture that, all the lectures that I listened to, like if you go and do your research, you know that you have to do some kind of calculations to know the calories that you need for a day. And according to Colin, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Maria, she said that if you calculate the amount of calories you need for a day, she would advise that you double it, because you're going to be staying throughout the next day without eating. She would advise that you double it and eat. But that particular day, that Sunday when I broke my fast, I did not break it well. And it told on me on Monday when I was supposed to fast. In as much as I stayed throughout that day fasting, it told on me. Like I knew that, okay, I did not follow what I was supposed to follow. So I have been alternate day fasting since 8th of April till now. Now ask me, have I been able to do it consecutively well and all that? My dear, that is why I am doing this video. I've been struggling. This video is because I want you to follow me on the process, on this my journey of ADF, because I like it. I love this ADF. Yes, I have struggled. I have missed, I think, 3 fasting days. 8th of April to now, I don't know if it's up to 3 weeks, but I have missed 3 fasting days. And what I mean by I have missed 3 fasting days is I have ended up doing OMAD on some of the fasting days, or 16/8, or more like 18/6 on some of the fasting days. Like, okay, a day I'm supposed to be fasting, I ate a day before. A day I'm supposed to be fasting, I will now go and eat maybe around 2 o'clock because of hunger, want to kill me, stuff like that. So in that regard, I have broken my fast, or broken 3 fasting days. But I think I've been able to do well. 3 out of the so many. It's been a good ride. So I have stuck to my 10K steps every day, or at least 4 times or 5 times a week. I've stuck to that, and currently adding it with ADF. That's how I lost 10 kg. Yes, that is the whole process. That's how I lost 10 kg. And I'm glad, because like if you have watched my previous videos, you see that my face, something have happened to me. Yeah. So if you want to know what I have eaten, what I feel are the pros and the cons of what I am currently doing, what ADF is all about, maybe you don't want to go and read from other people, you want to hear from my mouth, because I am a Nigerian just like you may be, or you are struggling with African food and stuff like that and you want to do ADF, you can leave your comments in the comment section. So I lost all the weights, all the 10 kg weights, because my goal is stiffer. I lost all the 10 kg weights that this video is about through taking 10K steps and intermittent fasting. So before I end this video, let me just say it. If you know you have ulcer, I don't know if you should be doing intermittent fasting. So before you say you want to do intermittent fasting, before you consider it, ask your doctor, go online and read about it. Is it good for you? I'm very sure that you are advised as a pregnant woman not to do intermittent fasting. Talk less of doing 36, 24 hours fast, 36 hours fast, 48 hours fast. It's not for you. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to tell you that I have lost weight and that you can see it. How do I look, babies? How do I look? I'm raising a fine girl. If you have watched this video till this time and you have not clicked on the subscribe button, if you are not subscribed, or you have not liked my video, don't know. Please now help me to grow. Please help me to grow. And if you are interested on this, leave it in the comment section. I'm going to do another video telling you maybe what I eat, depending on the questions you ask, what I eat, the struggles of doing intermittent fasting or ADF as a Nigerian, eating Nigerian foods, because I don't like salad like that. So as a Nigerian eating Nigerian foods, as a mother of 2 toddlers, 2 children, as a wife preparing food, leave it in the comment section. As a young girl, you're afraid of maybe you want to born, and I've told you that if you do intermittent fasting, if you do ADF, alternate day fasting, you will not be able to give birth. Leave your questions in the comment section and I'll be here again. Thank you so much for being here on this rumble, because ending this, I don't know whether what I've said made sense or did not make sense. So thank you so much for watching this video. See you in my next video. Ciao.